Picasso, Churchill, Dior, they all loved Mougins. And it's easy to see why. With its art-filled streets, stunning views and excellent restaurants, this hilltop village between Cannes and Grasse is the perfect stop on your journey through the French Riviera's hinterland. Let's go explore together. While Mougins' old town is super charming, it's not the easiest place to reach, unless you've got a car. If you're renting one, it's perfect for exploring several spots in the hinterland all in one day, like Grasse, Montserrat, Cabris, Gourdon, Valbonne or Biot. Don't feel like driving yourself? No worries, there are guided tours you can book from Nice that take you to some of these villages and back. Let someone else do the work while you just sit back and enjoy the views. We think Mougins is worth at least half a day if you don't want to rush things. The municipality itself is large, but it's really the old town, with its houses spiraling around the center, that you'll want to explore. Here, art greets you at every turn, and that's no coincidence. Artists have been flocking to this spot for as long as the French Riviera's magical light has drawn creative souls. Fernand Léger, whose monumental museum sits in nearby Biot, lived right here. And this is where Christian Dior rested his head. But Mougins' most famous son is someone else entirely, the most celebrated artist of the 20th century, Pablo Picasso. Early in his career, he spent time right here at the foot of the old town. Later on, wait, let's hold that thought for a moment. From Picasso's head on the main square, right at the entrance to the old town, take a moment to soak in the view. The 𝗙𝗢𝗡𝗙𝗍 stretch out in front of you, the city of Grasse just across the valley. And then wander through the village at your own pace. Around every corner, there's a beautiful detail waiting to surprise you. Every summer, Mougins turns into an open-air gallery, with sculptures placed all around the old town. You really can't miss them. And right next to Place des Patriotes, the old wash house, or Lavoir, becomes a charming little gallery all summer long. Entry is free, a new artist is featured every couple of weeks, and you might even bump into the artist while you're looking at their work. A quick note from us, we've launched channel memberships here on Riviera Go. Join us for live Q&As, our private Discord, and connect even closer with fellow Riviera lovers. Just check the memberships tab on our channel. Now back to the video. You'll notice it's lunchtime when the restaurants around Place du Commandant Lamy and Rue Maréchal Foch start filling up fast. Mougins has a long foodie reputation thanks to the legendary 𝗥𝗡𝗥𝗅. He was the charismatic chef behind Cuisine du Soleil, that sunny Mediterranean-style cooking, and he put Mougins on the map back in the 70s with his Michelin-starred spots Le Moulin de Mougins and a little later 𝗨𝗦𝗡𝗙. To honor him, the village even launched an international food festival, now called Les Étoiles de Mougins, which takes place every other year. But anyway, 𝗨𝗦𝗡𝗙 is where we're taking you today. 𝗥𝗡𝗙𝗥𝗢 may be long gone, but his former restaurant is still one of the best gourmet addresses in town. Well, Anya's more than ready for lunch now, while I'm still busy snapping away with the camera. Alright, enough of that. Time to eat. To reach the terrace on the second floor, you actually walk right through the whole indoor restaurant. And honestly, if the food's as good as their eye for decor, we're in for something special. We're here on a Tuesday at the end of September, and it's the perfect day for lunch outside. clearly, we're not the only ones who thought so. Now, 𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗏 is definitely on the pricier side compared to many Riviera restaurants, but the weekday lunch deal is a real find. For €29, you get the dish of the day, a dessert, coffee, and even a glass of wine, Monday to Friday, excluding holidays. Today's lunch special was a meat dish, but when we asked for a vegetarian option, no problem at all. First though, a little surprise, an amuse-bouche, a tiny but super tasty gazpacho. The perfect start. Our main course, a gourmet twist on the local 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗙𝗥, the classic onion tart from the region. In our veggie version, served with ratatouille. Absolutely delicious. And then came dessert. The deal includes a café gourmand, basically a few mini desserts served with an espresso or americano. Exactly what we needed. We got a little apple crumble, a choux pastry filled with hazelnut cream, a panna cotta with fruit sauce, and 2 small pieces of cake. Honestly, outrageously good. But no time to linger any longer. At 3 p.m. we've got a rendezvous just around the corner at Mougins' newest museum, FAMM. It's the first private museum in Europe dedicated entirely to art by women, and it only opened a year ago. When we first brought you here, the museum already belonged to the same collector, but back then it showcased an eclectic mix of classic and contemporary art. The new collection brings together about 100 works by 90 internationally acclaimed women artists. Women who've played a key role in shaping some of the world's biggest art movements, as we're told. You'll find paintings and sculptures by Berthe Morisot, Mary Cassatt, Louise Bourgeois, Frida Kahlo, and Niki Tsamphal, just to name a few. On the ground floor, the Impressionist works alone are enough to stop you in your tracks, and they're certainly no less powerful than those of their male counterparts. As you move up through the building, each floor takes you on a different journey. The first floor dives into abstract expressionism, the major post-war movement that started in the US. The second floor focuses on figurative art in all its rich diversity. And the basement is dedicated entirely to 21st century contemporary painters. By the way, don't skip the free audio guide, it's packed with fascinating insights. Oh, and one last thing, in this museum the art doesn't stop at the galleries, even the bathrooms are part of the experience. The FAMM Museum isn't the only one in Mougins, there's also a highly acclaimed photography museum. Sadly for us, it's closed on Tuesdays, so no luck today. But if you get the chance, definitely check it out. Right across the street, you'll spot the church of Saint-Jacques-le-Majeur, parts of which go all the way back to the 11th century. Its organ is seriously impressive and freshly restored. So what else is there to see in this tiny old town? Don't miss Rue des Orfèvres, lined with galleries and little boutiques. And honestly, just wonder, the old town is so small you can't really get lost, but you might stumble upon a few fun surprises in its narrow alleys. Go with the flow and let yourself capture the little curiosities along the way. Another little curiosity, well hidden but super interesting, is the old communal bread oven, the four à pain. You'll find these in quite a few medieval villages across Provence. Back in the day, locals could bake their bread here, for fee of course. Mougins was lucky enough to have one of these ovens preserved. Today it belongs to the town and gives you a nice glimpse into local history. Recognize it? Yeah, it's the very same square we passed earlier. And of course, this is also where we meet Picasso again.
Mougins, dimanche 8 avril 1973. Il est presque midi et les portes d'un incroyable destin se referment. Pablo Picasso vient de s'éteindre dans sa propriété, le 𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗥𝗙, au cœur de la campagne mouginoise.
I think we've pretty much shown you everything there is to discover in Mougins. So what do you think? Worth the visit? For us, it's a hard yes, even if it's just for a great meal in such a beautiful setting. Oh, and one last tip, if you're coming by car, there are several free parking lots around the old town, which is super convenient. Then again, finding a spot in summer can be a bit of a challenge. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our little tour of Mougins. If you're planning a trip like this, check out the video description. We've linked useful info there. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel. We've got plenty more adventures on the French Riviera coming up. See you in the next one.